Okay, let's look at this. You probably have to blow your screen up to see it. But anyway, so let's look at Agenda 21. Now this thing came out like in the early 90s in Brazil. Okay, it's like a gazillion pages thick. But the name gives it away. It's Agenda 21, which that's Agenda 3. That's why it's numbered 21. Okay, so this is a Saturn agenda. It's the return to the golden age of Saturn. So let's look at here. It says, I love this, General McChrystal. McChrystal, Adamite, the guys behind the fucking wall. The dude stuck, the purple dudes, throws weight behind an effort to ban firearms. Okay, now that's just recently, but this has been going on for years and years and years. Now, aside from the fact that prisonplanet.com, it is true. This is part of it. So let's look at that's the UN's policy, is Agenda 21, right? Then let's look at Saturn mythology. His reign was depicted as a goal of plenty of peace, losing a goddess who received the bloodied weapons of the enemies destroyed in war under Saturn's rule, which is Agenda 21. Humans enjoyed spontaneous bounty of earth without labor. That, not so much. See, that's the twist to it, to make it sound like it's a good time. Agenda 21 is for the purple guys. You know, the McChrystals, the dudes that are stuck in those things, for when they get out so that they can take the planet back over the way it was in the beginning. So let's look biblically. Biblically, they will pound their swords and spears into rakes and shovels, and they will never again make war. All the nations that would be the UN, will beat their swords into plowshares and spears into pruning hooks. Here's Isaiah 2:4. They will pound their swords and spears and rakes and shovels, and they will never make war again. All the nations will beat their swords and plowshares. Isn't it interesting that these two verses are almost identical? I mean, almost word for word identical. Okay? The fact is, these two biblical verses, this idea of what the golden age is, and what Agenda 21, which is the United Nations movement to bring about the golden age of Saturn, as you find in the Bible. This is in Revelations too. It's the same thing. Okay, this is what I mean. So here's three different. Okay, this is modern day Agenda 21. This is biblical time, Old Testament, right? And here's mythology. All three talking about the same thing. If you take away the weapons, there's nobody to war with. It doesn't mean that there's peace. It just means there's no way to make war. And then what it means is you're going to do whatever you're told to do because you ain't got jack. Literally. Well, I shouldn't say that. You'll have plenty of jack. You'll have more jack than you can imagine. You won't have any say-so in the matter. So, you know, how this all looks like it's good, like we're going to take all the weapons away and we're going to create this golden age, because this is what this is saying. All three of them are saying the same thing. We're going to take away your ability to make war. We'll set down the UN rules and you'll follow them blindly. Okay, so here's three different areas that I've gone into telling you the exact same story. So if you're a Christian, you can look at that. If you're into mythology or witchcraft or whatever, you can look at the Saturn thing. And if you're into politics, you can look at that. It's covered across the board. Like I said, if you have to, blow your screen up so you can read these. Agenda 21 is Agenda 21 because it equals 3. 3 is the Kabbalistic number of Saturn. And notice how it uses the word. It uses the word goddess here. That's the whore. That's Leviathan. That's Mary. That's whatever. Yes, I know. Mustn't say the M word. It's true, though. Now let's listen to some angel music. Oh, 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 oh. That was my big finish.